I think that's good too. It's not bad.
Before we start the show, please make sure you go give us a follow on our Twitter at @complete_MMA, where we are giving the latest and greatest up-to-date content on everything UFC and MMA. We are up to date with all new happenings in the world of the UFC, and we try to post as much funny and interesting content possible. So again, that's our Twitter at @complete_MMA, where you can also go find our own community, MMA Complete Accumulation, that we have started to build over the last couple of days. It's a project of ours that we think is going to go very well, and we'd love it if you could join. Now back to the show. And boom, we're live. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. How's it going?
It's been a long fucking day. It's been a long day. It's almost the weekend though, so I mean, I ain't fronting. I ain't scared. I'm looking forward to making some money this weekend. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
And it is the first weekend of UFC, so like, how could the weekend be bad? Woo-hoo! We haven't had UFC for 4 weeks now.
I've been missing out.
Dude, it's weird.
It
It's
feels
so
bad.
weird.
It feels bad. It's like a hole in my life.
And you know what sucks too is we have 2 weekends in a row of UFC. Obviously, UFC Vegas 67 coming up this week, and then UFC 283 up next week. First pay-per-view of the year in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, where we're going to see 2 championship fights. And then on January 28th, my birthday, we don't even have a card.
I know.
I was a little upset about that. I really wanted to. Can you imagine fucking if there was a Boston card on my birthday? Like, we'd be sitting front row.
That would be fire. That would be insane.
But yeah, after that, we do not miss a week of, what do we call it? We don't miss a week of UFC for, I believe, over a month.
Which is awesome.
Which is great.
Get the dose.
And I'm interested in hearing your strategy, if you have any, or if you've thought about any, for betting this year.
Honestly, I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to watch fights more often, but there is no, I feel like, strategy here. It's just got to pick based off previous fights and how they look.
That's a philosophy I'm always into. Like, don't let the previous weeks factor into what you're going to do this week. Yeah. You know, because if you say yourself, which me and Austin have, like, I'm only going money lines, and I'm going to bet more on the money line that I'm sure of. Even if they're minus 300, like, I'm going to bet more because that's a lock. Yeah. And then I see next week that I'm like, ooh, I like these 3 picks that I want to parlay, but I just told myself that. So I think it's the right strategy to just, like, go with what your heart's saying for the week. I think there could be said about, I had a little phase this year where I was putting like $100 down on 10 different parlays, trying to just hit one. You know, maybe that's not the right idea.
And I'm going to shy away from that too. I feel like if anything, I'm going to do that. Then I'd rather sprinkle money on just straight betting, just money lines. Yeah. And, you know, there was some great value on like subs, and I feel like we had a lot of good picks for knockouts or, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I definitely like methods. You were hitting with the fucking round betting.
And the round betting, I feel like there's a lot. I'm going to stick with that too.
You're going to stick with that for main events?
I think I'm going to stick with that for main events, and for heavyweight fights, I'm going to stick to over-unders. And I feel like there's a lot of money to be made in unders with
heavyweights and light heavyweights. I'll tell you what, the UFC 283, the main event, Teixeira versus Hill, the over-under is 1.5.
See, and that went over, smacked over, right?
No, the ones coming up.
The ones coming up are 1.5. That's right.
The 283.
The over is going to smack on them.
Yeah, over is minus 140. I think we saw it.
That's great. That's easy
money. I know. I don't get that. And you know, obviously, it's like they're thinking Jamal Hill's going to knock him out in the first round, which is stupid because
it's not happening.
He outboxed Yuri Prochazka.
People are very much
or they're thinking, and this is more likely to me, that Glover Teixeira is going to tap him in one round. But Glover is a jiu-jitsu black belt, but he's more of a striker. That's the thing. Like, even if he gets you to the ground, he tries to box you. He doesn't go for a whole lot of submissions.
I don't see it happening. I don't see it going to the ground a lot, to be honest with you.
I don't either. And I think if there was one bet that I just didn't really understand, it is that over 1.5. Oh, it's even better now. It's minus 125 now. Bro. People are hammering the under.
That's not happening, dude. That's not happening. There's no way.
I think people are forgetting what happened in the Prochazka Teixeira fight last year.
I think a lot of people are looking at the Paul Craig Hill fight, and they're saying, you know, either he's gonna knock him out or he's gonna get subbed. Like he's not gonna go the distance with Glover.
This is a 5-round fight. Fighters approach 5-round fights so much more different than 3-round fights because they're going to come in and they're going to take their time and they're going to try to see what their opponent's going to do. And they're going to test distance. They're going to test your reactions. They're going to see if I come with a left, what are you going to do? Okay, now the right. And I mean, yeah, Jamal Hill's not experienced in 5-round fights, but I got to like this. This doesn't even scream. Some main event fights scream to you like, okay, this might fucking go under. Like some of them do. This one doesn't.
Him and Santos, a lot of people were screaming under on that. No, I don't really remember really,
kinda.
But I feel like people would have screamed under in that, and that went 4 rounds.
And the thing for me is, if we look at Jamal Hill's previous resume, right? Jamal Hill 11-1. He is very good, and he's a powerful striker. Look at those 3 wins, okay? Jimmy Crute, not ranked anymore. Johnny Walker, one of the most overrated fighters in light heavyweight history. Thiago Santos is in the PFL now, and he did have a good fight with Santos. Santos actually did a lot better than I thought he would have. But, like, if he would have had 3 first-round knockouts, that would be one thing. Except he went to the 4th round with Thiago Santos.
Yep.
I think Jamal Hill is going to get knocked out, ground and pound TKO'd in the 3rd or 4th round. I'd say 3rd. That's going to be my official prediction.
Here's the thing with me. Out of all those people, how many of them have a chin like Teixeira?
Thiago Santos does have a chin. I don't know if it's quite like Teixeira's. Teixeira has a really great chin. He has a fucking iron
really
chin.
Good chin.
You know what I mean? Oven St. Preux, another one that has a great chin. He knocked him out too, to be fair to him. Jamal Hill has 6 wins in the UFC, 5 of them by knockout. It's impressive. I'm not saying it's not.
It's not a bad resume. It's
No.
not horrible, but I don't know. Should he be fighting for the belt? It's definitely debatable.
I mean, what the UFC had to do, they wanted to get a person on the belt. I get that. And there's no one really else that would have made sense.
Yeah.
Prochazka is injured. Ankalaev and Blachowicz just fought. Rakic is injured. Smith is getting over an injury. Yeah, at least Hill's on a 3-fight win streak.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, I understand where they're coming from,
Yeah,
but at the same time, I agree with you. I don't think he should be there.
Teixeira's getting that belt, man. Teixeira's winning that fight.
Yeah, I think he is. And to be honest with you, I think that we're going to see Teixeira versus Ankalaev in June, July, something like that. And then I think Teixeira retires. Unless we hear something about Yuri that his progress is coming back better and like he could fight in December, which I don't think he's going to be able to fight in December.
I have a doubt as well.
And then I think Teixeira's done. He's 44, bro.
You got to throw in the towel at some point. And I mean, he's done a lot in the UFC. He's been in there for a while.
He's been fighting for a long fucking time. He's been fighting since 2002. He's been fighting for over 20 years.
Basically our whole lives, pretty much.
He was born in 79. So he's 43.
Old,
he's going to be turning 44 in October.
He's old.
He is old. He's very old. And look at what he was doing right up until he turned 44, man.
He's
Roberson, Kutelaba, Krylov, Smith, Santos,
and
Blachowicz.
These are the top 5 people in the division.
Not only that, but
beating him up.
1st round finish, 2nd round finish, decision. 5th round finish, 3rd round finish, 2nd round finish. Like, this guy doesn't go to the bell.
He's a beast.
He is. And let's not forget he was beating Prochazka.
For 4 rounds.
He was 28 seconds away from damn near being like top 5 pound for pound list. If he would have beat Yuri,
that would have been crazy.
It would have. And we would have been taught that he might have already faced Ankalaev.
Probably.
Yeah. I think Teixeira takes it, dude. I really do.
I think he's just better, man. I just don't see Jamal Hill getting it. I know he's in the up and up.
He has the momentum, and one shot could put him down. I get that. And it is a very real possibility because Hill does have very strong hands. I would say he has more power than Prochazka, but I would say Prochazka is a more technical striker.
Definitely.
And all it's going to take, Hill's going to have to throw some wild fucking strikes because Glover is a great boxer.
And Jamal Hill's just got a really wide stance. He's not super quick. I don't know.
It makes me think like how quick is Glover going to go for a takedown? Because Glover in the fight against Yuri didn't go for a takedown in the first round, I don't think.
No.
Went for it in the second round, got a couple in the second, third, fourth, and fifth. I think he might have got a takedown each round. But like Jamal Hill is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yuri Prochazka is a green belt. He's like one below. So they say Jamal Hill is better on the ground. I don't know if that's really true. I think Prochazka is better. Hill didn't impress me because he got taken to the ground a lot by Thiago Santos, who is not a wrestler.
Not very great at wrestling. No, and I rewatched that fight. Thiago Santos, arguably, if that would have went to the decision, I think could have won that fight. And he had Jamal Hill hurt quite a few times.
No, I do remember that because I bet on Santos and Gar bet on Hill. And we both had parlays that all we needed was our winner to win that fight. And I thought Santos was doing good. I just think he got gassed.
Yep, he did.
And did Hill get gassed a little bit too?
He did. In the fourth round after the finish, he was on the ground just like...
And was it a crazy fight? Like, were they fucking swinging?
They were swinging hard.
Okay.
Jamal Hill throws bombs, man.
Yeah.
He really does. He's swinging for the fences the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, that is a way to fucking beat people, man. Like, I get it. Like, if you want to just throw haymakers and one of them catches and you're done. But, like, you know, Jamal Hill's not a Francis Ngannou type guy. He's not a Sergey Pavlovich type guy. Like, he's not a brick shithouse. He has decent boxing. He doesn't have elite boxing, and he has power. And he has some ground game. And you're going up against a guy who has a great ground game, who has great technical striking and not a lot of power. Yes, he actually has some power. He doesn't have Jamal Hill's power. So, like, I guess what I'm saying is, if you want to bet Jamal Hill by knockout. That's what I'd say.
Fair enough.
And I'd be interested in seeing that method.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move gears a little bit to the co-main event, to Figueiredo versus Moreno 4. And I'm going to text Garb real quick to see what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Because then we can get into what we really want to talk about today. Figueiredo Moreno 4, how excited are you to watch this fight?
Not at all. Not at all.
I got to tell you, I'm like a tiny bit excited. I'm more excited to see this rivalry end than I am to watch the fight.
Yeah.
You know what sucks? With a rivalry of this magnitude, watching it for as long as we have, normally it would be over GOAT contention. But they're not even the flyweight GOAT. You know who Demetrius Johnson is?
Oh, yeah.
He's like by far the flyweight GOAT, and I don't think he'll ever be beat.
No.
And by the way, I'm of the opinion that the winner of this fight will face a guy named Alexander Pantoja later in this year and fucking lose to him.
You think so? Huh?
I think Pantoja is the best fighter in the division. He has so many first-round submissions. It's ballistic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What do you think, Moreno Figueiredo?
I mean, I Figueiredo. I don't think Moreno gets it again. I think that the sub that he got was like a really good fight that he had, and he got that submission, but I don't think he's going to do it again. I just think that Figueiredo now is a different animal.
You know what I hate? I wanted to go back and watch the third fight, the one that happened at the beginning of last year, because Figueiredo won I can't remember if it was a unanimous or a split decision, but he won a decision, and it was a questionable call. Like, I was watching, I was kind of like, I think Moreno won that.
Yeah.
And I was going to go back and watch it, but then I realized I don't fucking want to watch this fight.
I know.
Like, I don't care.
You don't want to watch 5 rounds of that.
No. And they're going to go 5 more rounds. It's ridiculous.
It's just too much.
If these guys, and I hate to say this, but if these guys were middleweights, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll see like a fucking knockout, I'd watch it. But there's not going to be a knockout.
That's the thing, too. If you saw like a lot of blood and like haymakers and stuff like that, but you're not really seeing that.
And I am someone who really loves to watch technical wrestling and good boxing, stand up and clinch work. Like, I appreciate the subtle artistry of mixed martial arts. But in this matchup, I've already seen an hour.
They might as well just become sparring partners.
Hour.
They might as well just become sparring partners and just spar in the middle of the octagon. Like,
I wonder if they're gonna like open up their own gym one day. Do you know how much money these guys have made off of just each other?
That they probably will. I could definitely see that. Why not? They might as well.
I mean, one's from Mexico, one's from Brazil. It's not really like they could be the Latin American gym.
It's like Karate Kid, like the new show. Like
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's like
for
Cobra
real.
Kai.
Dude.
That's crazy.
And I mean, they obviously have a lot of respect for each other, and I know they're competitive friends. I don't know if they're really friends, but
I think once the rivalry ends, I think it could become more of a friendship.
I think it's hilarious how much money they've just made off each other.
I mean, they think about it.
So
Tons.
since the end of 2020, mind you, we're in 2023 now.
Yep.
Davis and Figueiredo has fought 3 fights. They've all been against Moreno. Moreno's fought 4 fights. He's fought Figueiredo 3 times, and he's fought Kai Kara France once. He fought Kai Kara France at the July, August
It was
of
right around my
2022,
birthday. Yep.
and he knocked him out in a really good show because Kara
kick.
France was liver kick, yes, and
Very
Kara
nice.
France was on a roll there too.
He was doing very good in the beginning of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Had
So
Moreno cut really bad.
So like, I hope to God that the flyweight division, when this rivalry's over, can really uplift itself because there's a lot of good guys. There's a lot of guys that no one's fucking heard about, and I get that flyweights don't sell, but it's mainly because the title picture has involved 2 guys for 4 years. They aren't giving anyone else a chance.
That's why.
So look at flyweights. All right, Figueiredo Moreno, we know. Pantoja is the one I was just telling you about. He has 3 first-round submissions against 3 top guys. Manel Kopp, the best prospect in the division. Brandon Royval is the number 4 prospect. Alex Perez was the number 4 prospect when he beat him. All first-round submissions. So he's nasty. Kai Kara France, we know about Kara France. Brandon Royval, we just talked about him. Matheus Nicolaus on a 3-fight win streak, and we just saw him beat the shit out of Matt Schnell on the UFC 282 card with Patty. Amir Albazi's 4-0 in the UFC. Manel Kopp's the prospect. David Dvorak's like David Dobrik, which makes him interesting. Jeff Molina, Muhammad Makayev's 22 years old. Like, there's a bunch of shit in this division.
Yeah.
But no one talks about it because everyone's sick of this fucking rivalry. That's my 2 cents on it.
Fair enough.
I think Davison Figueiredo is going to win by split decision in a fight that. This is in Brazil too.
Again,
this is in Brazil. This is on Figueiredo's home turf.
Does he get to finish again? Like to even it out?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it goes to decision.
When's the last time Brandon Moreno got finished?
I think it was Figueiredo choked him out.
No, Moreno choked out Figueiredo.
Moreno, yeah.
When was the last time Moreno got finished, though? Brandon Moreno's never been finished.
Seriously?
Seriously. He has a pretty great fucking record, dude, too. Holy shit. He's lost to Pantoja, Pettis, and Figueiredo. That's it.
Wow.
Sergio Pettis was decent back then. It's not really a great win, but he has a lot of good wins. This dude's still young, too, right? This guy is going to be turning 30 at the end of the year.
Damn. He could still fight in the UFC for like 10 years.
He really could. And Figueiredo's older. Figueiredo's 35.
I knew that. I knew Figueiredo was a little bit older.
Moreno's bigger. Like, Figueiredo is more jacked, but Moreno has a 2-inch reach, 2-inch height advantage.
Longer,
Yeah, so I'm going to go Figueiredo. By the way, Figueiredo did win a unanimous decision victory over Moreno. And look at these stats. Significant strikes, Moreno 105 to Figueiredo 86. 2 takedowns for Figueiredo, 1 for Moreno. 2.5 minutes of control time to 45 seconds control time. The big discrepancy here is 3 knockdowns for Figueiredo, 0 for Moreno. That's really what did it.
Yeah.
But Brandon Moreno outstruck him in every round besides the first round, which is kind of crazy.
Damage. They like to see damage, which is weird because, I feel that's what it really
knockdowns
is.
Knockdowns is huge. Yeah. It really is. And it was 48-47 for all 3.
Wow, 1 point, huh? That's crazy. That could have been one nut kick away from a draw again.
I hope Garv's okay and he's just sleeping or something because I haven't heard from him.
No?
No. And if we haven't heard from him now, I'm gonna guess that he's not even gonna come in. So let's make some picks.
Right.
What do you think, Steve? You with me?
I'm with you.
All right. So UFC Vegas 67 is the first event of the year. It is coming up this Saturday, January 14th. It is main evented by the polarizing short notice fighter of Sean Strickland versus the number 14 ranked prospect, up and coming Najmudin Imavov. Speak of the devil, what's going on, bud?
Oh,
How's it going?
Pretty good. I was at my cousin's.
Nice. We literally just were about to talk about UFC Vegas 67.
Perfect.
And
This guy's got a fucking notepad.
Oh, yeah, bro.
And what we got is a complete database for it. So all of our picks this year will be written down, recorded. We will have a definitive proof of who knows their UFC. I'm with this. I think we should have done this a long time ago.
Should have done it at the very start. I feel like we were gonna do this last year, but we kind of. I don't think we just ever did it.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever really decided. But we're doing it this year.
Yeah, this year. Well, yeah, it makes the most sense. We're gonna have a full year of it. And we haven't met,
I know that our normal, what do you want to call it, schedule is Wednesday, Thursdays at 7 p.m., which you can check us out on our Twitter at @complete_MMA or our YouTube MMA Complete Podcast.
Yeah.
And
YouTube.
I want to say this. Obviously, we're going to be breaking trending news and what's going on every day that it happens. That's going to be a given no matter what day it is. But Thursdays before events, I want to dedicate to that event, which we normally do always. So I'm just throwing that out there. That'll be the day, the Thursday before the event, the day we put the picks down. Even if it's a 5-minute.
Just to start off, we don't
have to start off. We can end it. But I'm just saying, there will be a segment in our show that we all put our picks down.
Yeah, I think we do. Sometimes
we normally do that anyway.
Yeah, I think honestly that should be the first thing we fucking do.
That's fine.
So people, as soon as they tune in, they're getting exactly what they want to listen to.
All right. So here's the thing. Me and Steve were talking about some rules, and he told me you guys were talking about some rules. So I think now would be a great time to get rules down.
Rules? Oh, okay. Yeah, we did talk about rules. So what me and him talked about was because we are keeping a record, it's kind of like a friendly competition. It is a competition at the end of the day. Whoever has, the worst one is going to have to pay for a meal out. So, yeah, that's a thing.
Oh, I'm down. I'm with
enough.
And it's probably going to be me. And so we don't have to make a pick for every fight if we don't want to do it.
Agreed.
Okay. But let's say someone else wants to pick that fight to their record, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. We don't have to have the same amount of picks. It's win-loss. It's off a ratio.
Yep.
That's what the whole scheme is.
Yes.
It don't matter if
now it's
Mm-hmm.
off of ratio. It's off a ratio. But say at the end of the year, say you're at 60%, I'm at 59%, and Steve's at 57%. But Steve has 300 right guesses, and we only have 180. I'm giving that to Steve.
No, because
I think that the amount of picks also count.
No, I would not agree because
you don't want to weight that a little bit.
No, because you win more money if you went with my picks.
That's not entirely true.
It's entirely true. Yes, you could have lost. You could have lost more money. Yeah, that is true.
No, because
60%.
we wouldn't be looking at odds or anything. Say he has 300 picks that went right, and most of them are underdogs. He's gonna have more if we made 170.
Well, now you're getting way technical with.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're getting real deep.
Okay.
Underdogs count, but maybe we shouldn't go off a ratio. Maybe you should go off of units.
That's gonna be a bitch to do.
But that's the easiest way.
I am down to do ratio. I think that probably would be the best way.
Yeah, I ain't giving that to Steve. No,
I'm
not. I ain't giving that to Steve.
Theoretical.
It's Steve Reticle. Yeah. I'm not giving that to Steve because Steve picked 300 more times and wanted to take the gamble and he was right 57% of the time, but I was right 60% of the time.
All right, so say we're both at 60%. At that point,
it's a tie.
At that point, you give it to the guy that had more picks.
No.
All right.
Because it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
What do you think? Because you got it. You're the middleman right now.
I mean, I
just because
I don't know. It depends. Like,
I don't think if you pick more, you should have to win.
I think that at the end of the day, like, say like you had more, like if you picked less and you had more favorites in your picks, and I have 300 picks, like double your picks, and I have mixed, and we both have the same percentage, I feel like the guy with the more picks should get the win at the end of the day.
Then you have to get even deep, like.
But it's harder to pick more. It's
like
just harder
minus
to
900.
It's harder to keep the ratio the same when you're picking.
That's what I'm saying.
Harder.
That's why you need to do units. I feel like that's just me.
I don't know.
I would be interested in talking about that at a future date. I do know that for the next 2 weeks, I will not be recording units or underdogs favorites, anything like that. I just am recording if we're right or wrong. It's a lot of work to do that.
I'm fine with just doing the ratio.
And if we want to just call it straight down the middle ratio,
yeah.
percentage of picks, who has more right, I'm okay with that.
The odds of us getting a tie are so slim, bro.
That's what I mean.
You know
like,
what I mean?
That's what I also, like.
It's never going to happen. So.
That being said, I feel like that's going to discourage us from making more picks, though. I don't know. Do you guys think like that at all?
I'm going to pick as many as I can. The only ones I'm not going to pick is who I don't really like and who I don't really know.
And all right, so here's my second and third rule.
Yeah, can I say my second
Sure.
rule? You always have to pick main card.
I don't want to do that.
I spat that to him a little earlier.
I think we should always do the main event. But there's going to be some fight night main cards where we look at some guy in the main card, we're like, who the fuck's that?
I feel you have to do the main card. Just because that's what everyone wants to watch is the main card. Like, that's what I was spitting to him.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do because then we're doing like 8 picks a fight night. Because there's going to be some on the prelims too. Like I wrote it down as you have to put at least 4 picks on 4 picks for a fight night at least. You have to do the main card. 5 picks for a pay-per-view. You have to do the main event is what I meant. Those are the rules that I was going to ask, see what you guys think. I don't know, man. Doing an entire main card for every single event, there's going to be some events that we just
don't get right at.
Yeah. And this is supposed to be
the whole point. That's the whole point of this.
I don't know.
What do you think?
It's hard. I mean, we can do it.
You can totally pick. If you say you want to do main card, you're the deciding vote, and I'll shut the fuck up.
I thought we agreed on this yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, but I like having the option is the problem. But you know what?
I say option for the.
Let's do every main event.
Option
every
for
main
the
card.
Yeah, let's pick them.
I think the option for the prelims is very because like sometimes like we don't even know these guys. Like,
but he's saying that about the main card too. There's gonna be 1 or 2 fights where we don't even know the people on the main card.
There's gonna be some fight nights that one of the guys in the co-main, the main event fighters, and then the rest of the fight, like there was fighters that got injured, the fights got postponed, people missed weight, and there's like 3 fights we don't know shit.
And it's like,
but if you want to do main cards, and you guys just said,
I don't know. What do you think is more important, the main card or prelims?
That's why I'm saying I want to do 5 picks throughout the whole thing.
Throughout the whole
4 for fight night, 5 for main event.
I like that.
Or more. Like that's a minimum. If you have a fight night like UFC Orlando that happened a couple weeks with the Kevin Holland, and you want to do 9 picks for a fight night, fucking go ahead.
We're making this way more. I was just thinking, we're making this way more harder than it actually is.
It's not really hard if you look at it like that. You just have to do 4
picks. You could just pick every single fight.
You could.
And just be like, yeah, that's it. Just every single fight. It don't matter.
You could.
And like you don't have to bet on it.
Right.
And then you could keep that completely separate as another thing.
Like you could just
stuff that you only bet on.
Say our locks and what we.
And that's what I was kind of going for here. Like these are our lock picks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a pod bet, but it's close to a fucking pod bet in my opinion.
Yeah. So we should make. All right. Hang on. Let me see if you guys like this. We should make this every single fight you pick, and then there's a separate one for just like who you want to pick. Like you can pick minimum 4 or 5 and do whatever you want. It's a good compromise.
All right.
I don't know. Like, you pick every single fighter, so then at the end of the year, you have a record of every single fight that you picked.
All right.
And then
If
Yeah,
you
you
feel
just do
like
it.
doing that, though.
It's just a lot of work, but
I
if you
know,
guys
it's a
want to
lot.
do that, we can do that. I mean,
how
in
is that
a
lot of-
sense,
hang on.
because I just have to make
He's
a
gotta go
full
through
new
all these
thing, and I have
All
to
right,
write
then
down all
I'll do
these.
my own. I'll do it on my phone, and you can just do yours.
I'm just saying, like, it's a really good idea because that would give us a great list of, we would have a whole
It's a
fucking
lot
list.
of data.
We would have
Yeah.
a great data
But we can
set.
literally both do this on our phone and do our own, and then just send it to you at the end of the year.
If you guys want to do that, that would be fucking great. But either
just
way,
don't-
if you guys want to do that, it's a good idea. And I would love to do that. So I'm not trying to be like, let's do it this way. I really want to figure out what we want to do.
I want to know. I just want to do it the best way. That's what I want to do.
And there's going to be some events like
It's not hard to just type in the person's name and then if they won or not.
okay, then we can do that.
Is it that hard?
Nope. Nope.
So let's go over our picks for this weekend.
Let's do it.
And so pretty much the only rule is the loser has to pay for the meal. The last supper, we can call it.
So starting at the prelims, first fight, Charles Johnson versus Jimmy Flick in a flyweight fight to start off the year. First UFC fight of the year.
Should I write it down on the clip?
Nah, you're fine. Because I have this posted on the StreamYard anyway. It's showing up the big board of what we're going to do. Do either of you care to put a pick on this event? Or are we're just going to say we're going to pick them all, right?
We got to do, yeah.
Okay. Let me set this up now.
I'm going to pick guys just because I like their fucking name, dude. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. And that guy's got a better name? Facts, bro. Boom. Picking him. Winner. All right, so
Charles Johnson versus Jimmy Flick. What do you guys got?
I'm going to go with Charles Johnson. I'm going to tell you why. He's minus 340. That's it.
Okay. Steve?
I am going to go with Charles Johnson as well, only for the reach advantage and because it seems like Jimmy Flick has been knocked out in 4 of his 5 losses. So
I'm also going Charles Johnson. His only loss is to Muhammad Makayev in a second-round submission. He beat Zamir Tukagov, who's a good up-and-comer in the division. I actually was going to put this on, like, if we were doing the 4 picks, which I am going to still do if you guys want to do it. You're more than welcome to. If not, don't worry about it. But, like, your locks that you think, I don't know. He's definitely on my list. He was one of the guys that I'm really thinking about betting on. I didn't realize he was minus 340, though. That kind of fucking sucks.
yeah.
What do we got up next?
I think up next is
Um,
Dan Argueta and Nick Aguirre.
Dan Aguirre versus
Aguirre.
Dan Argueta versus who?
Nick
Aguirre.
Aguirre.
Yeah. I do not know these fighters at all. No idea. Is this what we're gonna do? Like when we look at fights that we don't know the fighters, we're just gonna take them on fucking who's the favorite? Like what else do you do?
yeah, well, we're gonna have to.
He's not even on the sports book.
That's what I mean. I was just looking at things.
All right.
Aguirre. Fuck it.
I'm gonna go Aguirre. He's
Yeah,
7-0.
I don't know. We might just have to research a little bit before we go on the pod.
Who are you going with?
The only thing is he has no data on ESPN. Like, I can't
Is it his first fight?
In the UFC, I think.
His first fight. I don't know either.
No idea.
I have no idea. I have zero.
I don't know. Agueda's -5.
Oh yeah, dude. Aguero.
Who's -550?
Argueta.
Argueta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Argueta. I don't know how
I
to
think
pronounce his
he's
name.
gonna win.
Are you guys going for Argueta?
Yeah.
I'm going Aguirre. I'm throwing fucking.
He was on a
He's
fight
7-0.
night versus
He's 7-0.
Volkov and Rosenstrike. And he lost.
What is up next?
Oh, wow.
There you look up the fight night.
Alan Nascimento versus Carlos Hernandez. I'm gonna go with Nascimento here. Nascimento is actually a pretty good flyweight.
But I canceled ones, Jesus Christ. So Alan Nascimento, they're at 31, 125, 2.5-inch reach advantage, 19-6. Carlos Hernandez, who's 8-1, 2.5-inch reach disadvantage. Anything could happen at flyweight, I feel.
I don't know, man.
I like the 2.5 reach for Nascimento. Nascimento's a little bit more experienced.
Plus 280.
Hernandez is new in the UFC.
Yeah, 8-1 though.
Oh yeah, Nascimento's -360.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big favorites on this card, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
A lot.
Are we just all going with the big favorites?
I'm not all gonna go with the big
I'm
favorites.
debating going with Hernandez.
For this card, I am. For this card, I'm taking all the big favorites.
Are you really?
In particular.
Alan,
and it's not because they're favorites, it's because I think they're actually going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll get to those when we get to them.
2.5-inch reach, both 5'7", 125 pounds. Allen's obviously got more experience. I'm just gonna go with Allen. I think that's just a safe bet.
We got Steve. Steve.
I'm gonna go in with him as well. Nascimento.
Man, we're
Reach
fucking
advantage.
we're going at it right now.
All right. Next fight, I believe, is Javid Basharat.
It is.
No, it's not. I am wrong. It's Matus Rebecki versus Nick Fiore.
Okay, Nick Fiore.
So,
Went to school with a kid named Nick Fiore. Shout out Nick Fiore. A lot of Nick Fiore, I think.
Nick Fiore, and this is the guy in the UFC, not the kid we went to school with.
+550.
Yeah, Nick Fiore is +550.
The other guy's 16-1.
7 day
I
notice or whatever.
still want to go with Nick Fiore.
Short notice. I'm still going.
Fiore is on short notice. That's
Hang on. Me and Steve were talking about this. There's 2 fights that we're
They're
Barcelos
massive favorites.
is +600.
Mhm.
And this guy's +550. I think one of these guys wins. One of them.
I think that Fiore has a better chance. I think that
He's
Barcelo.
6-0.
I would put $1,000 on Umar Nurmagomedov to win 100. That's how confident.
No
I am
Khabib,
that
no
Umar
Khabib
Nurmagomedov.
anymore.
Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar Nurmagomedov. It's gonna happen.
All right.
I'm gonna take Nick Fiore. I don't care. What are we saying, guys?
I'm going to take the other guy.
Rebecca.
He's 30, 16-1. Oh, wait, whoa. Nick Fiore has a 6-inch reach advantage.
Knew it. That's why I picked
All right,
him.
Nick Fiore.
100%.
You're
That's why.
serious?
Nick Fiore,
No, hold on. Wait a minute.
65% chance. Zach, I'll repeat it till the day I fucking die, Zach. 65% chance when you have a 6-inch reach advantage.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
you're
it
not
doesn't-
wrong.
He's 4 inches taller.
Yep.
Bro,
Oh, Nick Fiore, give me that money. Oh my God, he's winning that
is
fight.
that did we just discover the fucking diamond in the fucking
So when we say we're picking all the favorites for this card, and then we all take the +550 guy.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
hang on.
cool, we're
He's
good.
6-inch reach advantage.
It's because he's 6-0 and he's making his UFC debut. And he's on a short notice. That's really what it is. He's on a short notice.
If there's a bunch of debuts on this card, one of them is bound to win.
Right.
There's no way that all of them are going to lose.
Right, I agree. Next fight, we have Claudio Ribeiro versus Abdul Razak Al-Hassan. Al-Hassan, a pretty seasoned vet at this point of the UFC. He's been in like 3 or 4 fights. And Claudio Ribeiro has been in there a little bit, just definitely not as much
Claudio
experience.
Ribeiro has a 4-inch reach advantage. He's also taller.
More significant strike.
What division is this?
Yeah, middleweight.
Yeah,
Middleweight, okay.
I'm taking Ribeiro.
Can you? We need a fucking producer. I'm trying to find.
Al Hassan has lost 4 of his last 5 fights. He lost to Joaquin Buckley, Jacob Malkoon, Chaos Williams, and Martin Lazaz. And he beat Alessandro Di Chirico, who was actually a decent win. Claudio Ribeiro is making a second fight in the UFC. He's only ever beaten a guy named Valenzuela. I have not heard of Valenzuela.
I'm gonna go Ribeiro. He's the underdog too. He's minus 105.
Give me the measurements again. Do you still have that?
77-inch reach, 4-inch.
77-inch reach advantage.
No,
that's a pretty big reach advantage.
4-inch reach.
He could-
77
he
inches
could hit him.
versus 74
He could hit him outside the octagon.
or 73. 4-inch reach.
Reach over
4-inch
the
reach for Ribeiro.
4-inch reach.
That is a good reach. I'm gonna
And
go
he's
with
taller.
Al
He's
Hassan.
3 inches taller, and he's got 9.6 significant strikes landed per minute versus 3.1 for Al Hassan.
Damn. That's
Now-
a good
now-
fucking
That's
metric.
a
Steve.
Now-
lot. That's
That's
a
a
lot.
good-
Here's the thing.
Where'd you find that?
Here's the
Yes,
thing.
man.
But he's only had 1 fight. So did he have 1 fight that
Lasted 1 round, 2 rounds.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So let's
fair
look this guy up real
Yeah.
quick.
But the guy he's facing last 5.
It was in the Dana White Contender Series,
And
and it was in 25 seconds. Okay, so he had 4 strikes.
He might win that fight. I think he's still winning that
I
fight.
think he's winning,
Yeah,
dude. I think he's knocking this guy's out,
Yeah.
dude.
I think he's winning that fight.
I got to tell you, that makes me want to pick Alhassan more because I think Alhassan's very experienced. I just want to see how dominant this knockout was before I say that.
You just said it.
Oh, it looks bad. It looks bad.
Oh,
It looks
Hang on,
bad.
hang on. It
It's
was off
bad.
a spinning back fist.
oh,
Oh my god, he hit him. Hang on, he hit him twice.
He hit him straight on the jaw. Bro. Left hand, left hook.
Damn. That's a good leg kick. Wow.
I'm gonna bet on him.
I'm betting on him. Too. I'm betting on him.
That motherfucker's
Yeah,
got
okay.
power.
I'm gonna go with Ribeiro. Yeah, right. And he has a good reach advantage, and he's younger. I'm gonna go with that. Wow, that was, dude. I've never seen that knockout before. That was
Kind of
fucking
a seized that little
disgusting.
head. He did. He kind
That
of
was
his head.
That
disgusting.
was awful.
His head kind of went sideways.
All right, so moving on. Next, we have Javid Basharat versus Matus Mendonca. Javid Basharat's one of my biggest prospects of the year, which an article is coming soon if you check out our page.
Is that
Article
the
complete.
dude without the blue hair? Yeah.
Dude without the blue hair. Javid Basharat, he has a 2.5 reach disadvantage. Matus Mendonca is 23. Basharat is taller, much taller. It's like 4 inches taller than him. And Basharat is 13-0, and this guy's disgusting. This guy has like serious ground and pound power. I'm taking Basharat.
Plus, I brought my computer. I'm gonna clean it up and stuff.
Word.
So I have another computer. Might just start coming here, dude. Do a little pod action down
I'm
here.
also throwing Basharat on my locks of this card. That was one of the guys that I really like.
I'm gonna go Bashra as well because you're going with him. And I'm putting faith in you.
2.5 inch reach advantage for Mendonca. Mendonca 23, Basharat 27.
It's taller though.
Let's see if we can get some records on these guys.
I don't know. The only
I
thing
feel
is,
like I actually did put him up. Mendonca had 1 fight on the Contender Series.
I
You're
did
putting him
see-
as a lock too, huh?
Yes, I am putting him as a lock. Where is he on this? I know I have him on this. Oh, here he is. He's beaten Trevin Jones and Tony Gravely. So that's 2 very decent wins.
Damn, who's this?
Oh, and Mendonca.
Basharat, right?
On Basharat. And Mendonca's on a short notice. as well.
Hmm.
As far as short notice, I think he's still got like a month. So I mean, it's not really short notice. It is, but it's not like crazy short notice.
You all right? Like that tweet.
Mendonca had a TKO
Or Yuri.
in less than a minute in his last Dana White Contender Series fight. Can I watch that really quick?
I don't see. This is what makes me think like we can't put that much faith into Dana White Contender Series. You know what I mean?
It's very
can't-
true, but I just want to see the knockout because if it's not super ferocious, then
Was it
like
against Christina Aguilera? Is that what that just said? Christian Aguilera?
no, I cheat.
All right. What did you say? It was a knockout?
Yeah, in less than a minute. It was a quick one. There it is.
Ashik Hajim.
Wrecks him.
That's a tough name. This isn't going to give me the video. is it?
Seriously.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's not that impressive.
No. All right. I'm taking. I'm taking.
What's
Baccarat.
that guy's line that you just said?
Clean sweep for Bashara.
Yep.
We're doing clean sweeps all the way around.
Yeah.
Yo, we
No,
going
we're not.
undefeated.
No, we're not. I picked
Oh yeah, you picked that one.
Aguirre, and you guys picked Argueta. That's
Oh.
the only difference.
Fair enough.
Let's go, Steve. Let's go undefeated. Fuck you, Zach.
Up next is the main card pick.
Bashra minus 340.
First one is Umar Nurmagomedov versus Raoni Barcelos. If either of you pick Raoni Barcelos, you can get the fuck out.
See ya, bro. I'm not picking him.
Yeah, okay.
I am picking Umar Magomedov.
Not putting him on a ticket.
Out
Though.
of
I am
I'm
not
not
betting
putting
on
him on a
And
ticket.
then
Not
put him.
betting
All
on
right,
it.
put me on
Do
a lock.
not bet on that man.
Lock me up, and
Steve, do you have any of
put me
these? That,
Bashra. Put me Ba.
do you have any of these that you'd
No.
like to say are locks?
Go to back to my picks.
Oh, better, yeah.
Nope. Nope.
All right.
Not yet.
All right. So we all have Umar Nurmagomedov. That's pretty quick. Next one, we got Caitlin Vieira versus Raquel Pennington.
All right.
Here's where we get technical, boys.
Vieira, for me.
Okay.
Seen Pennington fight, not impressed. 14-9. Vieira, kind of up and coming. Is this a woman?
Half-inch reach for Caitlin Vieira. That's nothing. 1 inch height for Vieira. That's nothing. Now, if we
Put her as a lock. That's a lock,
to
bro.
women's fly,
Vieira, lock it up for me.
Winton Bantam, I believe, actually. We have Caitlin Vieira, who's on a 2-fight win streak against Misha Tate and Holly Holm, which sounds good, but you remember that they're both like 38 years old and are
Misha Tate's young.
out of there.
Yeah,
Tate's
but
young.
they did really
She
well.
is young, but she's like in her
I'd marry
her
her right
second career, and she's
now.
already pretty bad.
I'd marry her right now, Zach.
Raquel Pennington's on a 3-fight win streak against
No, I wouldn't marry her.
Candice Renault, Penne Kianzad, and Aspen Ladd. I think we need to get more technical and check
She's
out these
underdog?
bitches' records. What'd you say?
She's an underdog? Pennington?
I believe so. Yes, Pennington is plus 110. Caitlin Vieira is minus 130. Oh, I missed a fucking fight in here. Oops, that's not good.
I was gonna say I thought Bashra and no, you went over Bashra. and
No.
Mendonca?
I missed a fight in Raquel Pennington's record.
Oh,
Raquel Pennington's on a 4-fight win streak, which is better against Marion Renault, Panny Kianzat, Macy Chasen, and Aspen Ladd. That's pretty good. Kicked the shit out of Aspen Ladd. Did very well against Macy Chasen. Had a close fight with Kianzad. Beat the shit out of Renault. Then you got Vieira, who had a very close fight with Holly Holm in a 5-round split decision win. Had a very close fight with Misha Tate. And it looks like fucking Misha Tate should have won this shit. Significant strikes. Misha Tate won. She had a better significant strike percentage. She had more takedowns. She had more control time. Except Vieira had 11 more total strikes. Interesting. Misha Tate had more strikes in rounds 3, 4, and 5.
Looks like Vieira landed a lot more in the head, though.
Yeah, 84%.
That's a good point. Okay.
I would love to see Holly Holmes' face after the fight. I'm sure she's probably fucked up.
This is Misha Tate.
Or, yeah, Misha Tate, sorry.
It's all right. She's gorgeous.
And one of the refs even
Yeah,
gave
Misha
4
Tate
rounds to
is
Caitlin
great.
Vieira.
Yeah, I know who Misha Tate is.
Misha Tate is very pretty.
She's been in the
She
UFC
is
for a
gorgeous.
while, hasn't she?
Yes, she
She's
is.
fucking beautiful.
She was a member of the first ever women's rivalry that ever had any significance with Ronda Rousey.
Ronda broke her
Is
arm.
Holly Holm the one that looks kind of like a dude?
Yes.
Jacked? Yeah.
Jesus.
I am going to say this is a close fight. This is a closer fight than I thought it was going to be. And when I looked over this, I did say I was going to pick Caitlin Vieira. And I'm almost leaning towards Pennington, but I'm going to stick with Vieira. I'm going to stick with her. She's had bigger main event fights. Raquel Pennington's on a 4-fight win streak, but she's had close fights. They both have close fights. I don't know. I like Vieira more. There's really not much difference between these two. What are you thinking, Steve?
I am going to go with Pennington. I'm going to fade you.
You're going to go Pennington. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Zach, what's your middle name? Steve.
Steven.
Steven. Stefan.
Up next,
Stefan.
Up
Stefan.
we have Punahele Soriano versus Roman Kopylov. Have you guys heard of either of these two?
Not until yeah, I have.
Okay.
2 seconds ago.
Okay. I have heard of Punahele Soriano a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He is the favorite. He's minus 160.
Yeah.
I have, however, heard of Roman Kopylov at plus 135. I'm taking him. I like Roman Kopylov in this fight a lot. I do.
Wow.
Who
is this?
Kopylov lost his first 2 fights to Carl Roberson and Albert Duraev, who are 2 very good middleweights. He then beat Alessandro Di Chirico. And he's facing, who the fuck did I say he's facing? Soriano.
Yeah, Soriano.
We just watched Soriano fight not too long ago.
Where the fuck is Soriano? Do I not have him? Oh, okay, here we go. He beat Lungiambula.
Who is
that?
Who got dropped after the UFC right after it happened. He lost to Nick Maximov and Brendan Allen, 2 good losses.
Brendan, yeah.
Roman Kopylov, I just think is fucking vicious, dude. This is a guy, like, he lost his first 2 fights to good fighters, and then he got a really good fight against Di Chirico and looked like a savage doing it. Soriano has some good wins, though, too. I'm not going to lie. Dustin Todorovic and Lungiambula are pretty good wins. And those 2 losses are better opponents than Kopylov's ever fought.
Yeah, like Brendan Allen's what, top 15?
No, top 23. I would put him. I don't know if I'd put him top 20.
I don't know if I would put Lungiambula as a good win.
I don't know if I do that.
I don't think so either, but it is a better win than Di Chirico. Like, it's a better win than Kopylov has.
Fair enough.
I'm going Roman Kopylov here. Just saying, just throwing my 2 cents out.
Oh, whoa. Jesus.
Formatting.
What are you trying to do?
Formatting.
Just because I don't want to take the same fucking pick as you and I want to pay for the Last Supper, I'm going to go the opposite with you on this one.
You know what? I was thinking the same.
I'm
going Soriano?
I am going to go Soriano.
I'm going to go Soriano.
Oh, boy. If you guys do well, I'm doing really fucking bad in this.
What do you mean? You have 2 different picks.
I have Aguirre. I have Kopylov. Is that all I have? Is 2 different?
Yeah, that's
all right,
it.
cool. All right. Then yeah, well,
Yeah, we're gonna do better than you.
One of us is going
Better you or
undefeated. One of us is going undefeated.
One of us.
Yeah, I say that every.
That's what that's what's gonna happen.
Every pick I make, I'm like, they're all winning. They're all winning.
Dan Ige versus Damon Jackson. Co-main event. Dan Ige on his way out of the top 15. He was top 15 for a while. He's lost 4 of his last 5 to Calvin Kattar, Chan Sung Jung, Josh Emmett, and Movsar Evlov.
You lost to Josh Emmett?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
It's some
Danny Ige.
really good losses.
It's really good loss.
Really good.
The Chan Sung Jung loss. Listen, I'm not a big Chan Sung Jung fan, and he got kind of picked apart by Jung. So that's like
Who's
take it or
the
leave
guy
it.
that he has a win against? Tucker.
Gavin Tucker is. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, just now.
Exactly. He's not really anything.
Bro, how
and
did he
is
face
fighting-
Qatar? Did he step in?
No, he used to be like top 7, and he's just lost like every fight since. Basically,
I'm going Danny Ige, brother.
His opponent Damon Jackson. Where do we got? I know I have it.
Oh, hang on. Danny Ige minus 120. Damon
Jackson's
Jackson
on a
plus
30
Jackson.
right there.
He's on
He's
a
on
4-fight win streak.
4-fight win. No, he
against.
just lost. He just lost. He was on a 4-fight. Just lost
Really?
to Deporia. That's what it says.
No,
Right there.
no,
Yeah.
no.
What's
This is
that
this
red?
is the
No, that's
oldest.
his first.
This
fight.
is the oldest.
Poirier is the first fight that he
Oh,
lost.
All the
I'm
way to
looking
the
at it
left
the
is his
wrong
favorite.
way.
Is the win.
For
Okay.
months, I've been looking at it the wrong way.
These are the most recent fights. The ones to the left here.
Yeah.
So he's on a 4-fight win
Damn,
streak.
Zach, you gotta tell me.
Pat Sabatini, Dan Argueta, who's in this card, Kyle Rosa. Those are all good fights. Let's look at some measurables here. We got same reach. Damon Jackson's a lot taller though.
You know what that means. You know who I'm
It's all about height for you.
No.
Damn.
Well, no, 4-fight win streak. He's taller. He's on the up and up. He's winning.
He can win by knockout and by submission.
Yeah, he's winning.
His takedown defense is poo-poo chew.
What? Yeah, but
Strikes landed per minute 2.65. That's all kind of slow, man.
what is
Alright,
what
Damon
is
Jackson.
Dave, what is
Damon
Danny
Jackson.
Ige? Yeah, let me see Danny.
Danny
Ige
Ige, we got
output.
better takedown defense, more strikes landed per minute.
Dan, what's his name?
He's 2 inches shorter. But when you look at his dude, he's faced way better competition. I'm gonna go Danny Ige. Dude, we're in 2023. That's so crazy. It's so fucking crazy.
Can you scroll down a little further? 22-second win though. Hang on. He won by 22.
Dan 50K Ige. I like that
That's a
nickname.
good fucking nickname.
Where do you see a 50-second win?
22 seconds.
Oh, 50-second right here. Yep.
22 seconds.
22-second. Yep.
KO. So really, he's lost. I mean, 22
He had a good
seconds. I
fight
don't
against
count
Qatar. He kind of got beat though.
One punch
Chan Sung
knockout.
Jung fucked him up.
One punch knockout. I mean, I don't really count those. Damn.
He went to decision with all 3 of these. He goes to a lot of decisions. Maybe that's the bet to make: Damon Jackson versus Danny Ige.
Over.
Fight to go the
Over.
distance.
Yeah. I'm going Ige. I've seen enough.
I'm gonna go Ige
Personally.
because of the tougher competition, even though it's a really, really close fight.
I'm going Jackson.
Action Jackson.
Action Jackson.
Fuck, dude, I'm tossed.
All
I don't know
right.
either of them. That's why I'm so tossed. I don't
Main
know.
event. Main event.
Main event.
Sean Strickland coming in on 5 days' notice versus Nasruddin Imavov. Sorry.
No, you're good. Might as well.
Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland. Lock it up. Put it in the lock
You
section.
know, the more I watch, the more I'm trying to pick Sean. I don't really know. I'm kind of torn,
Give me Sean. Give me him.
but
Sean Strickland by decision. It rhymes. Sean Strickland by decision.
Let's look at some measurables here because I have a feeling Steve is not ready to make this decision
I
yet.
am not. No.
1 inch reach advantage for Sean Strickland. 1 inch height advantage for Imavov. Going to their records, we have Sean Strickland on a 2-fight losing streak against Alex Pereira and Jared Cannonier. Before that, he had a very impressive winning streak, all by decision against Jack Hermanson, Uriah Hall, Christoph Chaco.
Yep.
Nasruddin Imavov is on a 3-fight win streak. He's only 4-1 in the UFC. So he's beaten Joaquin Buckley, Edmund Shabazian, and Ian Heinisch. And that's it.
How did he lose to Hawes?
I will check that for you in 1 second. My bad. I never
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
did this. Let's look at his record real quick.
Oh.
I saw Imavov fight. Who was it? Shabazian.
It was a majority decision. It was a majority decision that he outstruck the fuck out of Phil Hawes, but Phil Hawes took him down a lot. And Sean Strickland doesn't go for takedowns.
No,
he has the
he
ability to, but he doesn't.
And Sean Strickland is really slow compared to a lot of the fighters in the division, where I feel like Amavov is very quick.
He's a pressure happy guy.
And
Me and Austin were talking about this. Like this might be a fucking brawl in the first round.
It very well could be. The only thing is Sean Strickland takes damage very well, where I think Imavov has a lot of scar tissue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he might get cut really easily. So
I'm going with Imavov. Just to put it on.
I just like what Strickland proved in his last fight. That's what I like about it most. Like,
and
prove that he can take a punch and he can keep going and keep competition in the late rounds. So this is like back-to-back main event.
Could have won that too. It was so freaking close.
And Imavov has not faced the competition of Strickland yet. This is his toughest competition yet, which obviously that's what all fights should be. You're facing competition, But
I'm also putting Imavov on my locks. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, fair enough.
Putting Sean Strickland on mine. And I'm putting Bashrat and Johnson.
Put Nurmagomedov for my locks. And then give me Imavov as a lock.
As a lock?
Yeah.
It's a long pontification on a lock.
Long pontification on a lock. And then I think that's it.
Okay. Well, there you have it. The first of many, boys.
I thought you had to do at least 4.
Oh, do I have to do 4?
Well, that's what we had said, and then we said
right.
we might not
do
even.
that then. All right. I'm gonna pick Bashara as a lock too, and
I almost want to put Ribeiro on here too. No, it's against Alessandro. No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna.
I wanted to put
Nascimento.
So we could just do this for one whole fucking pot.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Or like 45 minutes, first 45, then the last 15, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. But anyway.
And give me Johnson too. Fuck it.
All right, so I have a feeling this is going to be how it is for a lot of events this year. We're all going to have like 3 of the same picks.
Well, it's usually the pod bet, you know what I mean?
Johnson, Bashrat, and Nurmagomedov. Just real quick, just to fucking, tickle our fancy. What do we got for a pod bet for Johnson, Bashrat, and Nurmagomedov, who are respectively -340, -340, -1,000?
Can you all
We're looking at -119.
Can you put Vieira on there? Because we all picked her.
Plus 225. I'm not going to put Vieira on a pod bet. I'd actually be interested in putting money on Johnson, Bashrat, and Nurmagomedov. -119 is pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not great. Is it even worth putting? Take Umar off.
-149. So
yeah, it's kind of worth it. It's kind of worth it.
Yeah,
it's kind of worth
that's
it.
probably the pod bet. Yeah, right there. Those 2.
Nah, I want to throw Nurmagomedov on.
Yeah,
really?
I think it's worth
it.
I think
Dude,
it's worth the 30
win.
points.
It's 30
Bro,
points.
he's gonna win.
No way. You could definitely find
I think
a
it's
better,
worth. I
a
say
better
I would
lock
never
on
do
there.
it.
All
I
right,
say I
hold
would never
on.
do it, but
So with just the 2, you win $67.
This
If you add Umar, you get 84. So it's a $17 swing.
I'm not nitpicking. We don't need to put him on there. We don't need to. I'm
You
not
have to
nitpicking.
think about it though. Like, what chances are you giving Brody Barcelos to win this fight? True. I'm giving him a 1.4% chance of winning this fight. I swear to God.
All right.
Umar is going to put the Fury on.
It's just a $17 swing to me.
You should put Barcelos and Nick Fury on a parlay. Just let it fucking ride, dude. Like $50 to win 50 grand.
Wow,
That's crazy.
plus 6,200.
We were looking. I was looking.
Pretty nasty.
We were like parlaying some of the next UFC fights with that.
All right, so that's going to do it for us today. UFC Vegas 67 is coming up this weekend, the first event of the year. Make sure you guys who have been following. We got some Twitch chats.
Really?
Yeah, thanks a lot from Padakin.
Facts, dude.
Make sure you guys go give our Twitter follow at @complete_MMA, where we have been putting up live, up-to-date news and just overall good content over the last months. We've been trying to gain it, and we have some possibly exciting news coming up next weekend that I wish we could talk about now, but we can't.
Mm-hmm.
Also on Twitter, we have started our own community page, MMA Complete Accumulation, that we are giving to followers with great knowledge and conversation that we see a lot on our Twitter feed. So if you guys want to be a part of the community, which I strongly advise you to do because it's a lot of cool interaction with people, we got to talk to you. Every single tweet that you put out in this community will be read and responded to by us. So it's a great way to get our attention and just have a really good content for UFC media.
Yeah. And if you want to get added and notice to be added, I would be replying to our tweets. I would be replying. Liking is different, like replying is like giving content, you know what I mean? So
all right, so that's basically going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy UFC this weekend. I know I will. And next week, we got the first pay-per-view, and that's where we're going to really get started, boys. I can't wait. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are going to get out of here. I forget what the fuck I did for the outro last time. I said it.
I can't remember either.
And we're out.